Hey you guys, I am back officially. I know that my last episode was titled I'm Back, but as I said in the video, I was getting ready to move. I'm officially in the new house, in my new craft room, and it is still being put together, as you can see by all of the boxes over here. But it's been too long since I've seen y'all, and I figure if I go any longer, I'm just not going to actually sit down to do it. So here we are today. Hi, my name is Jessie, and I am the host of the Two Sticks and String podcast. This is a podcast all about knitting, crochet, cross-stitch, cats, and K-pop. The K-pop, not as much right now, but there are mentions of it, and as you can see by over here, I have cats. Sometimes they make appearances, sometimes they don't. This one is Bella. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can find me on Instagram at armywifeknitlife or on Ravelry at armywifeknitlife. We also have a Ravelry group. It is long inactive, but it is still there if you want to post something. I'd love to get it back up and running now that I am not in school and crazy busy. So let's get started, shall we? All right. As I had mentioned in the last episode before we moved, I am much more into cross stitch lately than I am knitting and crochet. I do still do both, but where my mind is at right now, where my life is at, cross stitch is just scratching that itch for me. So this one is going to be much more heavily cross stitch based than knitting focused, but I do have some knitting things to show you. So first off, let's do finishes. All right. Now, y'all know, even if I'm not knitting anything else, I'm always going to have a pair of socks ready for Desert Vista Dye Works monthly sock club. This is the Harold's Purple Crayon colorway on the Zein base, which means it's got some sparkle in it. And since it's been a while since I've said anything, I knit all of my socks one at a time, toe up. I use a Fish Lips Kiss Heel, and these sock blockers are from Milenjedro, which is a Polish store on Etsy, and almost every single one of my sock blockers are from them. I absolutely love them. They're my favorites by far. Some of them are just, the artistry is beautiful, and I can't wait to show you more in the future of them because I actually have time to craft again, and I really like it. I've really missed it. These socks are for my mother-in-law, Josie. She came to help us unpack after all of our things were delivered. And like literally, we got our stuff delivered on a Friday. And my husband said, there's no way we are going to get this house in a livable, safe state in the 4-day that he had free. There was just so many boxes, and our house here is much smaller than the one than we had in North Carolina. I'm in Georgia now, by the way. It's not like we specifically chose this house. It's the one that was available for us on post. So we had a 4-bedroom with 2 living rooms in the previous house, and now we have a 3-bedroom with 1 small living room. So there's a lot of things to go through that just, we didn't have a home for them anymore. And so he looked at it and said, we need help to get this done over this 4-day. And I said, okay, who do you want to call? And so he called his mom, and she was on a plane out here the next day, and she stayed for a week, and we got all but 3 boxes, like cardboard boxes, unpacked in that time frame. We also got to take her to Savannah for a little bit, and we ate at a fantastic Filipino restaurant, which is great because my husband is half Filipino and his mother was born in the Philippines and lived there until she was 20. So she got to have a little taste of home, and this restaurant is absolutely wonderful. It's called the Nara Tree. If you're ever in Savannah, please go check it out. The owner Belle is lovely and sweet, and the food is great. Also, I got to make ube ice cream for the first time while she was here, but she was really helpful, and she loves to watch these. And so, hi Nai if you're watching, but I hope you like your socks. So I made these for her as a thank you for coming to help us in our hour of need. Socks. That's the only knitting or crochet finished object I have to show you. I did crochet a small blanket for a cat carrier, but it's a solid purple corner to corner. It's not exciting. It is purely functional because we had to get a new cat carrier since we have a new cat. Anyways, we'll get to that later. But I do have a big finish in cross stitch for you. Now, my last episode, I only had a little bit of this done. And so that's where I was. This is the Nutcracker Parade from Frosted Pumpkin Studio. And here it is now. I told y'all I had a lot of time at the hotel, but in reality I just finished this like maybe a week and a half ago. Not even a week and a half ago. Like 7 days ago exactly. I finished this. Yeah. This is on 14 count Ada from Picture This Plus in the Nessie color. No one ever answered whether it's still a colorway or not, so I'm going to use colorway. This is the Nessie colorway of Picture This Plus 14 count Ada. All the threads are called for. It is mostly DMC. There were 2 fancy flosses in this, I believe. I don't remember who they were by. Probably Weeks, but I can't guarantee that off of the top of my head. It was whatever is called for in the actual pattern, because I tend to purchase the kits from Frosted Pumpkin when they come out, so I don't have to worry about locating anything. So yeah. All right, now we will do whips. Whip, for those that don't know, is a work in progress. This is my only knitting whip of the moment. It is kept in a Bags by Awesome Granny project bag. This, now if you watched the last episode, this color might look familiar. There's a reason for that. This is a Seven Sisters top by Blue Sky Fibers. I'll put the actual specific designer's name down here. I have this as a shirt for me. I told y'all I made it with my mother on our little crafting retreat after I graduated. However, my mom loved the color of my shirt. Kept going on about how beautiful it was and how she wishes she had it. So, me being me, idea, I decided I was going to make her one for Christmas in this colorway. So, but I can't just do things halfway. Oh no, I can't just make her one top. Because when I went to Webb's to order this yarn, it wasn't enough for free shipping or even the Webb's discount. Because this yarn is super affordable. It's Cascade Nifty Cotton Splash. Or this one's Effect, I'm sorry. Nifty Cotton Effect. But it's a very affordable yarn. It's very nice cotton. But it wasn't expensive enough for me to get the discount. And so I said, ooh, I don't want to pay shipping. And I want a discount. So, let me buy some more yarn. Let me spend more than the shipping and the discount would be and get more stuff. So, I bought this sweater quantity for me. And I also bought a second quantity. Yeah. But not just a second quantity, oh no. I bought 2 quantities in the same color. One for my mom and one for me. So this one is, I don't know what color this is and I can't see it on any of these labels. So It just says color 212. But yeah, it's technically haul, but I don't really do haul sections. Haul is something that I struggle with and I normally skip in most Flosstube crafting podcasts because I don't want to get tempted. I already have a big enough problem with my stash and spending, so I try to avoid haul sections. But so yeah, my mom and I are going to have 2 Seven Sisters tops that match, and we will have 3 in total each, 2 that match, 1 that doesn't. But so I am working on this for her, and I'm knitting them on Xiaogu red lace needles. I'm currently on the size 10 for her, and I have my mom's favorite animal is a rabbit. And so I have this cute little stitch marker that's a little bunny sticking its booty out of a flower pot. And so this and the other sweater quantity are supposed to be for Christmas this year. Supposed to be. I say that there's a reason. I have a lot of crafting going on, so one will definitely be done. I would like to get the second one done, but it's not a requirement. It can be a Mother's Day present if needed. Okay, that's it for the knitting and crochet stuff. If that's all you care about, that's totally fine, I get it. I'll see you next time. If you want to stick for some cross-stitch stuff, my whip's there. I got some whips. Okay. This is my BT21 by Stitch Hill on Etsy. BT21 is animated characters created by the members of BTS, who was my favorite K-pop group ever. And Hobie comes out of the army, gets discharged in less than a month. Very excited. That'll be 2 of the 7 done with their military service requirement. June 2025 cannot come fast enough. And I kind of look at it as my birthday's at the end of June, and they finish up. The last ones will get discharged on like June 24th, which is 2 days after my birthday. It's actually my father's birthday. So it's like a late birthday present to me specifically. They will be getting out at that point. So this hasn't had a lot of progress on it since you guys saw it last, but there has been at least 200 stitches put in on it, so I'm going to show it. All I did was, the white used to be up here, but now I've added fill-in down here and all the way to here. And as I said, it still doesn't have any cords or anything to manage the extra fabric. It was just, when we were in the hotel, it was June 29th that it was June 28th that we arrived, but we were very tired that day, and so we did nothing once we got out of the car. But pretty much by the time I was ready to sit and cross stitch for the first time, it was already July, and I wanted to do Christmas in July. So this really didn't see a lot of progress, but it's why you did get a lot of progress on Nutcracker Parade. And there's been a lot of progress on one other, but there's progress on others too, just not from the hotel necessarily. This is the other one. All colors are DMC on that, and the fabric is just from Joann's. It's dyed and printed on one side and just plain on the other. The bag is from Lakewind Studios, I believe. But this is the other one that got a lot of work. I love this bag too. This whole like fabric line, I have one other bag from this line, and I love them so much. If anyone knows anything about this fabric line, please let me know, because I would love to have more bags in it, because it's spoopy and cute and witchy without being Harry Potter-y. So I like it. Right, this is the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Christmas Wonderland from last year's Stitch Along that they hosted. I had ordered it in the hopes that I would get to work on it during Christmas break. Did not happen. So when I started this project in July, this was all I had. Just a little tiny bit of tree. And this is where we are now. Now I know you could say like, Jessica, there's so much more you could do on this. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. But this one required my iPad in order to use it, which I was using to watch TV and video, because their TV had like nothing at the hotel. And so I had to pick one or the other when I was working on this project, whereas the others, they were all on my computer. And the only reason I had this on my laptop was because the pattern comes sideways. And so I would pull up the picture, put the portrait lock on my iPad, and lay it down so that it wouldn't turn on me. So it was a process. But so I did get a lot of good work on it done. I'm quite proud of where I got to. I did this for 2 weeks in the hotel, and then I worked on Nutcracker Parade for the other 2 weeks, and then I took a big break for a while on it. But this is all kit from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, the needle minder included, all called for colors because it's a kit. But I'm really excited to get back to this one soon, because now that I have all of my technology, it's a lot easier to work on this. All right, the next one, I had said in my last video that I was going to take this with me, and I hadn't even started it yet, but I finally have. This is my Frosted Pumpkin Studios Christmas wreath, Sal, and the bag is the Grinch from Just Crossing Stitches on Etsy. We've discussed how I like to have notions pouches with the threads in them. It's just easier for me that way. And then here is my start. This is the center, completely finished, of Christmas wreath. So no wreath yet, but the center portion is complete. Needle minder is from A Needle Runs Through It. And again, this is a kit from Frosted Pumpkin, so all called for colors. This is 14 count Ada, Picture This Plus in Heartland. All DMC on this one. There are no specialty fancy flosses or anything. But I really like these bags because some of my bags, I just put the floss loose in here. And so when I'm trying to get this out, bobbins go flying. It's harder for that to happen with this. So. All right, we're getting there. We're making progress. 2 more. All right, the last one I worked in the hotel. Bag is from Crafty Husky. This is my Arctic Animal Sal from Frosted Pumpkin. And it has had very, very little work done on it. It has not been, it's very cute. I love all of the clues, and I do eventually want to have it. But it has just not been something that I pick it up and I go, ooh, I want to keep stitching on this. So here we go. I will get there eventually. I have one of the Arctic foxes mostly done. It just needs back stitch and eyeballs. So there we go. Project Needle Minder is from Kim's Needle Minders. The fabric is Picture This Plus Ada 14 count in Nocturne. I did not buy all of the floss I didn't get like the full kit from Frosted Pumpkin this time around. I only got the fabric and like the stickers and things. No floss. I got everything but the floss essentially in my kit, because the sale of this kit came out 3 days before finals. So I was a little occupied when the shop opened and dropped these. So, but it's okay. I'm very happy with what I have. Last whip. There's also Just Crossing Stitches bag, and I love it. I love it so much. It's spooky without being scary. And we know I love a black cat because I have Berlin. This is my Epic Pokemon Gen 1 cross stitch. Now, last time you saw this, I still needed to put a few stitches in Taurus's horns. I did complete that successfully before we moved because my goal was I wanted this whole first page to be done. So his horns are filled in. This is complete. And now this did not go with me to the hotel, so it's been packed away for a long time. And I just finally unpacked it maybe 3 weeks ago, but I only work on it on Mondays because it's Pokemon Day. So I've worked on Dratini here and a little bit more of Moltres. I am going to be working on it more now, but as I was working on trying to finish Nutcracker Parade, I have a new start that I'm going to show you in a second, and it's a Sal, and I'm trying to keep up on it. This is 18 Easy Count from Dyeing for Cross Stitch fabric, and TARDIS needle minders from Kin's Needle Minders, all called for DMC colors. I'm really trying to get used to saying all those things for the cross stitch people because I've been a knitting podcast for so long. It's second nature to say the things that I say for knitting, and I have to think about what's important for stitchers still. But I am working on this little stitch along, and so I'm trying to keep up to date with it, but there's a few other exciting crafty things coming up. So I am wanting to work on this more, and I will be finding time soon. Okay, and then the last cross stitch project overall is my new start, and it is in this adorable Christmas Mickey bag. I'm sorry, the maker no longer is in business anymore, so you can't get this exact bag from her. I'm sorry. This is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, the Holly Jolly Kitchen Stitch Along. Clue 1 is the only clue that's been released. The next one comes out on October 1st. I bought the entire kit and included the needle minder, so this is where I am. I have to finish filling in this house right here and the roof here. There's some like more of this blue and pink railing goes on top of the gingerbread house, and there's 2 snowflakes, and then I will be finished with the clue. It's still a lot of stitching, and I am trying really hard to finish it before the clue drops on October 1st, because starting on October 1st, I have some things I want to do. So technically, let me tell you about them really quick. October 1st is it's not the official, it's technically 13 weeks. The official 12 weeks starts on October 6th. But for the ease of an easy start date, October 1st, I'm doing my own 12 weeks of Christmas on my 12 days of Christmas Haid that I haven't started it yet, but I have everything I need in this bag from Fat Squirrel Studios. She released this 12 Days of Christmas bag right as I had decided, okay, I'm buying this pattern. So I said, I have to have it, and I have to have it in a sweater size because it's a Haid. For those that don't know, a Haid is Heaven and Earth Designs, major full coverage cross-stitch website. And it's a really cute pattern. It's designed by Hannah Lynn. She does like kawaii style things. But I finished bobbinating one of each of the colors other than 310 because I have a cone of that in here. That's just one of each color to get me started. Here is the rest of the floss. There's a lot. This is over 600,000 stitches. And I also have my fabric here. It's 18 count easy grid from Dyeing on a Cross Stitch Ada, and I have an 11 by 11 Q-snap. Let me put it back together since it just came apart on me. They're supposed to do that, my knitter and crochet friends. They come apart. It's just PVC pipe. So I'm not concerned. But it is a pain to do it one-handed. So there we go. All better. But so I'm going to be starting this on the 1st because 12 weeks of Christmas. And it's October, so Halloween. This is the other fabric in the line that I was telling you about. More black cats. Ah, so cute. And this is going to be the Halloween Spooky Sampler from Frosted Pumpkin Studio. Surprise, y'all! I like what I like. Kawaii, cutesy, cross stitch is my jam. And there are 4 different Weeks Dye Works fancy flosses in this, and then the rest is all DMC. This one did not come with a Notions pouch, so it does not have everything in it, but it does have this for all of my floss, which is nice. And here for needles. This is from Little Boat 88. They're based in Canada, and the project is going to be on 16 count Ada Picture This Plus Legacy. So those are my 2 cross stitch whips that I plan on starting on October 1st. I would also love to have the sweater done for my mom by October 1st. Realistically, it ain't gonna happen, but it's a goal, and I like goals. So I'm gonna push myself really far so I can get close to it. I'm going to be focusing on my cross stitch to get it to the point for its new clue to come out first, and then it'll be sweater time. Because I'm at a point where I need to add like 10 inches of stockinette. So it's not going to be hard for the most part to get to a good, decent, almost done part. That's all I have for crafting. That's all I have for plans right now. I am working on something potentially for Advent, crafting wise, like with Tiny Decisions wheel, but nothing is finalized yet. I do have some big goals for next year, which as we get closer to the new year, I'll share them with you. But let's get into life updates, I guess. So as I said, we're now in Georgia. Hooray! The hubby is actually with me, which is nice. And especially after 2.5 years of being in different countries and time zones and everything, it's been really nice to be together again. Other life updates are I'm taking a year off before applying for grad school since I'm a little burnt out after back-to-back overload semesters and moving. So I'm taking a year, not doing research, just relaxing. And I will be potentially, we're waiting for leave to get approved, going on a trip for Christmas. But the major life update, let me just, pardon me for a moment, y'all. Sweet girl. Oh, I know. This is the biggest life update. We got a 3rd cat. This, I interrupted her nap. This is Macchiato, but we call her Maki for short. And she is just a little tiny kitten. She is half Siamese, and she wants to get down so badly right now. She gets along really well with Berlin. Not so much with Bella. But so this is Maki. She's our biggest life update we have. Other than that, not much is going on. Hubs and I are hoping to go to Jekyll Island in a few weeks for, he has a 4-day coming up, so we want to explore. They have a sea turtle center there that I'm really excited to go see, and a driftwood beach that is supposed to be just beautiful. I'm not 100% sure when I am going to be, what my new podcast schedule is going to be like. It might be a once a month thing. It might be every 2 weeks. It just kind of depends on what's going on in crafting and military stuff. There's a ball coming up in November. We are trying to finish setting up the house because while things have been unpacked, does not mean everything is put away in its home. We're trying to get that set up so that we can have like a little housewarming party. And we're supposed to have a hurricane this weekend. We've already had one since getting here, but what's one more, you know? It's part of living close to the coast. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me a message or comment here. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I'm really glad that some of y'all have stayed. And if you have new people, I'm so glad that you checked me out. I know that there are a lot of options when it comes to cross stitch and knitting podcasts. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea and I'm kind of a hot mess express, but I like to keep it real and not everything has to be polished all the time. So until I see you next time, do what makes your heart sing. For me, it's 2 sticks and string. See ya.